Pocket Mirror is a great game full of so many surprises, and you look at it and you're like, there's no way I'm going to be afraid of this game. And then it turns out that it is really creepy, despite being a top down 2D game. The convention nowadays is that all horror games should be in 3D. Well, for most people anyway. But for indie buffs like you and I, we know that horror expands beyond 3D. Or should I say, below 3D. Pocket Mirror presents the player with a top-down, two-dimensional game. And not to be fooled, this game is truly horrifying. The game tells its story through the environment of the mansion and really shrouds itself in mystery because you have no idea what has happened to the player or the character that you are playing as. You just know that you're a little girl, you've woken up in a pile of roses or flowers, and there's a mirror behind you, and it's creepy. And the story continues to progress in a fashion where reading objects and solving puzzles in different rooms helps you learn more about the story. For the most part, the game leaves you in the dark about the main character, except that she must keep the pocket mirror on her, which comes in as a game mechanic, and a surprising game mechanic at that. The story never ceases from being dark and gruesome, and honestly, really disturbing. And after a while, though, it kind of shifts a little bit from your classic horror to being something more Wonderland-esque. Not to say that Wonderland or, Alice in Wonderland isn't horrifying, it's just a different kind of horror compared to what they were presenting in the beginning. Spoiler alert, the player meets mysterious creatures like talking pumpkins, climbs into mirrors, and talks to inanimate objects like pumpkins. The visuals, just like the story, are startling, violent, and then progresses to feel sad because of the nature of who the violence is against. It's similar to just how death can be presented as, oh, whatever, I'll just, whatever, shrug, 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 versus lingering on it and you realize, man, that was really messed up. Like, all these people died. It's the same thing with this game. You walk into a room, blood is spattered everywhere, there's a doll just staring at you, and then you realize there's like children's writings on the wall and they're saying some really disturbing things, and then it sets in, man, I guess an innocent child may have died here. And you're like, damn, that's messed up. Yeah, so again, despite the 2D media of the graphics, it still managed to be more gruesome in context than most horror games that I've seen so far. A lot of the visuals are also symbolic, or important to look at, or at least inspect. If it doesn't affect the progression of the storyline, it's just something that adds to the world. The music and sound effects are a major part of Pocket Mirror, and feeds into the horror aspect of the game. If you played the game without the sound, it would not have been nearly as effective in creating the horror tone. There are various sound cues and quiet moments that build up to the anxiety in the game. Not to mention, there are nice environmental sound effects like creaking floors and stairs and walking on blood. You gotta love those. The moments where the audio drops completely are game defining and always lead to a momentous occasion on transition. And after that, the mechanics in the game were really manual, meaning you find yourself going into the inventory a lot and just figuring things out for yourself as to what goes into what and just picking up context clues from your environment. It was really challenging, and I did get stuck on one of the puzzles, and the beauty and the horror of it was not having a guide. But I'm hoping to finish the game soon. Yeah. Pocket Mirror, really good game. It's free on GameJolt. You should really check it out. Alright, I'll see you guys later.